Alright, so we are looking at the 9.193 quiz review. In this video, we're going to look at probably 1 through 4. Looking here, we're just doing some true or false. The polar coordinates for -3 comma √3 and -3 are 6 comma pi over 6. So basically saying, are these the same? This is rectangular, this is polar. So I think it's actually probably easier to start with polar and go from there, because there's a lot of polar coordinates that could represent the same point in rectangular, depending on if your r is positive or your angle is positive or negative or whatnot. So if you start with polar, you're definitely going to be there, and you can go from there to kind of build the rest of it. So I'm going to draw my axes. 7 pi over 6, that is 1 pi over 6 more than pi. So now I'm going to be past here, be over here into the Q3. Alright, so draw my point, because I went out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. And I can draw my triangle. So this is 6. My reference angle is pi over 6. And pi over 6 is the same as 30 degrees if you wanted to go that way. So I am a 30, 60, 90 triangle. That means 1, √3, and 3. And then this would be 2. But since this is a 6, that means that these have to be scaled up a little bit. They're all actually going to be a scale factor of by 3. So this actually means 3 and 3 √3, and then the important fact is that they're both negative. So that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is you have your 30-degree triangle. You're looking for x and y. You know this is 6. I can use my formula. Hey, x, well, I could just do, if I wanted to, okay, what's sine of 30? That is y over 6. So y is equal to 6 times sine of 30, which is very similar to the formula. Y is equal to r sine theta, and x is r cosine theta, and go from there. Either way, if you do these, sine of 30 is 1/2, so 1/2 times 6 would be 3, and then we are in the negative y direction, so it would be -3. So this one is true, and those points do match up with each other. Alright. So now the second one, we could do the same thing. 8 comma 330. If I go to draw this one now, 330, that puts me back here with a hypotenuse of 8. Again, I have another 30-degree reference angle. So 8 and 30. So maybe for this one, I'll use the formulas for this one. Hey, x equals r cosine theta, y equals r sine theta. Again, remember, you can do either way to kind of solve these. So that is x and y. So x equals 8 cosine of 30. That is √3 over 2. So that is 4 √3. Okay, and it is positive. It's in the positive x direction, so it is positive 4 √3. Okay, that means that my y is 8 sine of 30. So that would be 8 times 1/2, which is y equals 4, and it is down, so it is negative. So that one is also true. All right. Alright, so those are those two. Now, time to actually plot some points and go from there. So, I always suggest to start with the angle and then plot out the radius. So, Negative pi over 6, that means I'm going to be going down. If my angle's negative, I go down. And remember, each line on here, these are pi over 12 or 15 degrees. So 15, 30, negative 45, negative 60, negative 75, negative 90, and so forth. So negative pi over 6, that's 1, 2. And then it's a positive 4, so I'm on this line. Okay, and since it's a positive, it goes on that line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I am right here. Okay. Now, it's asking for, I want to rewrite this point with r is less than 0. That means it's negative, but theta is bigger than 0. That means it's positive. So I need a positive angle with a negative radius. Well, if I want a negative radius to end up here, that means I must be out on the other side. I must be somewhere over here so that I can go negative radius and come here. So that means, well, negative radius would be negative 4. A positive angle for that would be 5 pi over 6. All right. Next one, again, I'm going to start with my angle, negative 5 pi over 3. So that'd be, well, you can even turn this into pi over 12 to help you out. If I multiply both by 4, that's negative 20 pi over 12. This times 4. And then negative 5 times 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So it's somewhere on this line. Right, would be that angle, negative 5 pi over 3. But then it's negative 6. So instead of going out in this direction, I'm going to go in the other one. I'm going to extend it the line the other direction and go out 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that point right there. So now I want my radius to be positive and my angle to be negative. So I want to kind of be on this angle and go right on out. So my angle is to be negative. That's going to be kind of this angle. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Negative 8 pi 12ths, which become negative 2 pi thirds. So my angle is 6 comma negative 2 pi thirds. Right. I'm going to do my last one. 270 degrees, hey, that's down here. So I'll be down this line, instead of being down, I'm going to go up, because it's opposite, because my radius is negative, so 1, 2, 3. That point right there. Alright, and now it's asking, hey, I want my radius to be positive, and my angle to be positive, so my radius will have to be 3, and that means my angle is just 90 degrees. Right. Quick note, remember, if your radius, or not your radius, if the problem gives it to you in degrees, give it back in degrees. If it gives it to you in radians, give it back in radians. Alright? But that is problems 1 through 5 on here, on the quiz review.